we spread love and positive vibes. Guys, this is the only place you'll find love and positivity. And I want to start by thanking our subscribers, our new subscribers, our returning subscribers. We really appreciate and we thank you so much. The keyboard reactors, those that like our videos, we appreciate you so much. Those that share our videos, we appreciate too. And we always tell you, we pray for you, that may the Lord bless you, may the Lord encourage you, may the Lord protect you and shield you together with your family. We don't take it for granted, guys. We always tell you that. And today, we are going to look at the history of this rod we all love. And we are going to look at it in the context of the fact that it is the rod of opportunities. Jamaica is the land of opportunities, and that is what we are going to talk about today. And I want to start by saying, actually, the first people that entered Jamaica called it Zamaka, which means the land of wood and water. Because even before the British people, the Spanish people entered Jamaica, Jamaica was still the land of opportunities. And it is still up to today. So I'm taking you through a journey so that you can learn Jamaica has been the land of opportunities from the time it was created by God until now in the 20th century. It is still the land of opportunities. And I want to start by reminding you, the first people to enter Jamaica is said were the Taino people, the Arawak people. And those people had come from South America. They were Indians. And they entered Jamaica and they found a nice land, a land full of wealth. And they settled in Jamaica. And these people started cultivating, planting maize, potatoes, cassava, yam, fishing. And it is said that these people lived in a community state. They had their own chiefs, they had their own sub-chiefs. They lived in harmony in a village made up of more than 3,000 people. And they had their noble, they had classes. They had their noble, the commoner people, and the slaves. Meaning that they were able to keep slaves. And therefore, Jamaica had this wealth even before the Taino people came to actually come and settle. And when they came and found Jamaica, they found a land full of plentiful supply. And they settled here. And so that you can believe that Jamaica was still rich. It had a lot of opportunities. It was waiting to be exploited. And the Taino people took this opportunity. They started farming. Actually, they were doing irrigation, by the way. Those very many years, 400 AD, those very many years, they were doing irrigation. And they were doing a lot of farming. And they were also doing fishing. And they were also cooking very good food. Maybe that is why the Jamaicans got the culture of cooking very nice food. They were actually planting pepper. They were planting maize, potatoes, yam, cassava. And they were very hardworking people. Because they used to cultivate, and they also used to fish. They also used to do pottery, molding clay, making very nice things. And by the way, did you know that Taino people used to wear earrings, chains, necklaces, and their necklaces and earrings were made up of silver and gold. You can imagine those many days, and these people were wearing gold. Don't you think Jamaica was that rich so that it could be able to provide these people with the chains of gold, earrings of gold and silver? I tell you, Jamaica is the land of opportunities. So the Taino people lived in Jamaica for so many years, and later the Spanish people discovered Jamaica. And actually before then, I think Christopher Columbus had already entered Jamaica and actually found Jamaica to be the land of plentiful supply, and he actually called it a name that implied Jamaica is a very rich country and it had a lot of opportunities. And therefore, when the Spanish people arrived, they found the Taino people already settled in Jamaica. And they found the productivity of the land of Jamaica. And they could not wait to actually stay along with the Taino people. They actually wanted to grab Jamaica for their own, to exploit Jamaica for their own economic gain, to actually make Jamaica produce and actually do a lot of activities so that they can gain from Jamaica. Because when they settled in Jamaica, or rather, when they arrived in Jamaica, they found that this was the land of opportunities. And they wanted to settle and displace the Taino people. And therefore, the Spanish people started growing crops. And by the way, they started actually cultivating in Jamaica. And they used to grow fruits. Most of their crops were fruits. Oranges, lemons. Yeah, they used to grow fruits. And they also introduced, remember that the Taino people didn't have animals. They had only dogs and parrots, such animals. But when the Spanish people arrived, they started introducing in Jamaica chicken, horses, pigs, and alongside these animals, they could cultivate. And therefore, the Spanish people actually developed Jamaica for their own gain, and they started importing slaves to work in their land. And they also started growing sugarcane because they found a land which was fertile, which was productive, which could produce a lot for their own gain. And therefore they cultivated and they developed a lot of wealth in Jamaica. Later, the British people came and found the Spanish people actually they had already displaced the Taino people by exploiting them as slaves to work in their land, and also introducing diseases that actually killed the Taino people. They completely got wiped out. Very few remained that were incorporated in the society. And therefore, the Spanish people settled there for quite some time, and then the British people came and found the land was so plentiful, had a lot of plentiful supply, was very productive, and was strategically placed for their trade with hides. And therefore they started exploiting Jamaica because they found that this was a land of opportunities. And everybody who landed in Jamaica wanted actually to acquire Jamaica for their own gain. So when the Taino people came, they settled in Jamaica and acquired it for their own and started cultivating, started producing crops, started enjoying themselves in the land, wearing very expensive ornaments, and they were repressed by the Spanish people because they could not share Jamaica with any other people. They wanted to exploit Jamaica for their own gain. And therefore the British comes and they find Spanish people and they find a Jamaica, a productive Jamaica, and they don't want to share Jamaica with anybody else. And they started displacing the Spanish people. The British people also started cultivating and growing cocoa, growing sugarcane, growing what else? They were growing cocoa, sugarcane, bananas, plantain. They were growing all those crops. So Jamaica was very, very productive. It was the land of opportunities. And anybody who entered there wanted to exploit and to get the opportunity to get rich and to actually grow their economy. So the British people displaced the Spanish, and they signed a treaty that allowed the British people to be the colonizers of Jamaica. Don't forget, Jamaica also had the pirates that were doing a booming business in the port parish. And therefore they had a lot of money. We saw that in another video. There was a lot of money. And there was so much activity taking place in the port parish until it was called the City of the Sin. Because there was so much taking place because of the much money that people were getting through trade. There was a lot of activities taking place in Jamaican cities. And there was a lot of opportunities for these people to come and exploit and actually develop themselves. Now the problem arose because these people developed themselves and they became very, very rich. But the owners of Jamaica, the people who had come their area, and the slaves that were got from West Africa were down there oppressed without food and made to work very hard. And therefore there was very big gap between the colonizers and actually the people who were there as slaves. But Jamaica itself had the opportunity. And this is the opportunity the Spanish people exploited, the British people exploited, the Taino people, the first inhabitants of Jamaica, exploited. So Jamaica did not just become a land of opportunities recently. It started long time ago. And I want to show you, even currently, Jamaica is the land of opportunities. And I want to start by saying, every person that visits Jamaica, their life transforms. I want you to start by looking at the YouTubers that have visited Jamaica. Look at Dee Mwango. Her life has completely transformed. She can now go to UK, she can go to America. She actually bought a vehicle for the mom. She did complete transformation of their house when she came from Jamaica to Nyambohanse. The first actions that we saw in Dee Mwango is after coming out of Jamaica, because she had a lot of opportunities to grow herself, and she actually gained a lot from Jamaica. She was able to buy the mama vehicle. She was able to transform her house, their house, buy solar system for the whole house, completely transform the house. Look at Shonarwa. I can tell you for sure that Shonarwa gained a lot the first time she entered Jamaica. And we can see she was actually able, immediately coming from Jamaica, she was able to go to Nigeria. Coming from Nigeria, she has now gone to Singapore. Because Jamaica is the land of opportunities. People go there and their lives get transformed. Look at Old Maya, Miss Trudy. All those are great examples. And not even that. Look at people like South Africans. When Jamaica intervened in their case, there was the end of apartheid. Wherever Jamaicans go, there is a blessing, an opportunity that followed them. And we have actually talked about the Miss World titles. We have talked about the sprinters. Most of the sprinters in different countries are actually Jamaican born, or their parents are from Jamaica. Because Jamaicans carry opportunities from their land to other lands. They are contagious. And therefore, I came to realize Jamaica is actually the land of opportunities. And actually, there is somebody who told me in the comment section that Americans are now going to Jamaica and they don't want to go back to their country. They settle in Jamaica. There are so many people that have settled in Jamaica who are not actually the real inhabitants or the first inhabitants of Jamaica, because they found Jamaica to be the land of opportunities, to be the land where you can actually grow yourself and become who you want to become. We have actually said that none of Jamaicans sleeps hungry, and we had people telling us none of Jamaicans sleeps hungry, because Jamaica is the land of opportunities. It is rich in cash crops. It is rich in food crops. It is rich in the blue wealth, the fish, the tourism. It is a land of opportunities. It's a land that where you go, when you go there, you actually grab the opportunity and you transform to be somebody else. We have seen this a lot. Not even those that I have mentioned. Look at African Tigress. The minute they arrive in Jamaica, there is a lot that takes place in their lives. And no wonder every person that goes to Jamaica wants to go back there again and again. Because there is opportunity, there is transformation, there is growth. There is something peculiar with the land of Jamaica. And I've come from long way ago, when the first inhabitants of Jamaica landed in the land of opportunities. And they actually started exploiting the land. Even up to today, Jamaica is still the land of opportunities. And we have seen that Jamaica has produced most of the great men and women. And not even that, it has the peculiar things that you don't see in other countries. The flowers, the lagoons, very peculiar lagoons, the caves, a lot of things that are very, very peculiar in the land of Jamaica. And when we declare Jamaica as the land of opportunities, can you really argue? Jamaica is the land of opportunities. And it has a lot of opportunities. We have talked about it. We have talked about the mines that are found in Jamaica. We have talked about the beaches. We have talked about the many rivers. We have talked about the many waterfalls. We have talked about the many things that Jamaica has. They are countless. We cannot be able to actually say all about Jamaica. And not even that. Look at the type of wood that comes from Jamaica, the coffee. There are numerous things that we cannot be able to exhaust about Jamaica. The other thing that I wanted to say, I think the Caribbeans are blessed lads. I was looking at somebody in St. Kitts and something else. I can't remember the other thing. And I could see St. Kitts is a very, very productive lad. Very, very beautiful lad. When Dee Mwango went to St. Vincent, we saw the beauty of the lad, the Grenada. Very beautiful islands, the Cayman Island, the Cuba. The Caribbean are actually blessed land. And we have all seen, these are lands of great opportunities, starting from Jamaica. And these countries, islands, are very, very blessed. And we have seen it in so many videos that I have talked about. But today, I wanted to show you that Jamaica is the land of opportunities. It opens doors for so many people. And because I don't want to repeat, because I've said it so many times, I think I'll end the video there. Until we meet next time, be blessed.